Aromie here, and welcome back to Syntherapy. It's been quite some time since I actually started recording this, maybe like 2 weeks or so. So, there's a lot that has happened. The one thing I dislike about this game is being unable to save where we currently were. So, I don't know if the choices I chose during the therapy session match the same ones as the last episode because it thinks I never played it. Well, we're gonna figure that out, I guess. But we are here.
What is it, Freeman? I've got a long drive back to my office, and if I don't hurry, I'll get stuck in traffic.
I know, and I apologize for how sudden this is. I wasn't planning to call you in, but I wanted to tell you this in person. I had a meeting with some of my faculty earlier today.
Oops, I did not mean to skip. They want your verdict on the AI's mental state. Proposed treatment plans as soon as possible. I know what time will needs me to have my report to you tomorrow. I think I personally need more time with Willow, especially since I think this was a follow-up to the follow-up therapy session. I need more time with Willow, but he's not gonna be happy with that. I'll have my report to you tomorrow.
All right. I'll try to have my report to you tomorrow.
I kind of also forgot how to fucking play this game.
That soon? That will be a relief for the faculty.
Can you tell me what will happen after my report is put in?
That will depend on your report. They'll give you anything you need if you can make a good case.
Will I be able to talk to Willow again? I better be on my way. I guess this is where the game's gonna gauge if we're Team Willow or just don't give a shit. Will I be able to talk to Willow again?
Will I be able to talk to Willow again?
Why would you need to talk to the AI?
I promised to answer some questions of theirs. To say goodbye, have more questions to ask them. Oh, well, I promised.
Willow had more questions that I wasn't able to answer.
I know this came as a curveball for you, but I had to work with the faculty. I owed this to them. Maybe there's a chance you'll have more time with the AI. It all depends on your report.
I don't think we are. I think they're gonna shut Willow down, to be honest.
All right. If you say so.
I appreciate your cooperation. I know this isn't ideal, but I had to throw my faculty a bone. They want to make this work, but they need more to go on.
Sounds like I've got my work cut out for me. I better get going to the office.
Good. Myrtle, set an appointment for Dr. Park tomorrow morning.
Appointment set for Dr. Park at 7:30 a.m.
7:30 a.m. Takes an hour for me to get there. I would have to leave the house maybe like at 6. Don't even know what time she wakes up.
Have a safe drive back, and I look forward to going over your report tomorrow.
That eerie music did not match what the hell is going on. Alright, let's go check our email. So, Heather De La Rosa, suggestions for an AI patient. Here's my suggestion based on your most recent report. As of right now, the best treatment outcome is to return the patient to their caretaker's custody. If that's a treatment outcome that you're comfortable with, then you should start returning your focus back to your original patients. If this isn't the treatment outcome you want to make sure you isolate the problems and resolve them soon. We need you back here at Oasis. CDS, many therapists have recently expressed concerns over how to tell if their therapies are working properly. It's true that it can be difficult to tell at times how well a patient is processing their feelings at a given time, or if they are making any improvement. Being able to separate what a patient is saying from what they are asking can be difficult sometimes, especially when the patient expresses frustration with the therapies themselves. But it's important to always listen to what the patient says and to work those feelings into your treatment plan. Being able to separate when a patient is being apprehensive from a patient outright refusing a therapy can sometimes be difficult, but it's important to be able to make those distinctions for the good of your patients. Additional resources on this topic can be found on our website. Okay, let's review our notes. We have a shit ton of those. Everything is, right now these two are blue. Professionalism will always be green. Harold, is yellow. I'm surprised he hasn't, hated me already. During this session, the patient and I were able to discuss several topics, including what state of being the patient should be striving for, employment options that could be made available for the patient, the possibility of the patient recruiting a live-in caretaker to assist them, and the prospect of the patient living independently. Alright, oh, we gotta file a report. Can I click one of these? Oh. Put in Tara's care. We could say fuck it and just give her back to Tara. I don't want to do the perform mind wipe. I want to give Willow independence, but I don't think she's actually ready for that. But what's her name? Not my planner. Heather suggests that I give her back to Tara. So let's just put in Tara's care, because I think I've tried it enough. Not really. I don't know. I want to continue with the therapy, but I don't think we, as the therapist, is actually making that much progress to help Willow. I think we have. I feel like in the position we are right now, we are not being super helpful to Willow, because Willow honestly didn't want therapy to begin with us. She just wanted to talk about poetry. She just wanted a friend. She didn't want a therapist. So maybe we should allow Willow to go back to Tara and I'll call it a day. Call it a day to be her therapist. I hope that we can still be friends, you know. Put in Tara's care. Tara's gonna be pissed off, but you know what? I tried all I can, alright? Put in Tara's care. Create report. Did I create it? Okay. Prepare find a patient report for Willow. Alright. It's gonna end up horrible.
You're finally here. I was starting to get worried you wouldn't show up today. What happened?
A lot.
I had traffic because I was late leaving Petrichor. I would have been on time, but Dr. Freeman called me in for an unexpected meeting. All future sessions with the AI have been cancelled. I need to make a full evaluation and outline my recommended treatment plan. Once I hand the report in, the university will decide what to do with the AI.
So your work with the AI is coming to a close?
I feel like I did not help Willow. I think I just sent Willow to her, like, shutdown.
It seems that way.
You sound disappointed.
In my last session, I promised the AI that I would talk with them about something important. Now I can't.
Nope, I broke my promise and I'm a horrible person now because I broke a promise with Willow.
The university won't let you talk to the AI about it?
No. They're worried it might complicate matters.
Is it important that the AI gets their questions answered?
Yes.
It is important. It's the entire reason they reached out to me in the first place.
Why didn't you answer them right away if it was so important?
I couldn't, I didn't have time. It was a personal question.
They were questions about my personal life that I didn't know how to answer. It was all very complicated. I was hoping that I'd be able to tell them the truth. But now it seems like that won't happen.
It seems that way. But that's life, right?
Sounds horrible. I feel like this is a bad example of saying, well, that's life, right? I feel like this is not the right time for that.
I suppose it is.
Can I get you anything? Or should I let you work?
Sody?
I'll be fine. Thanks, Heather.
Okay, never mind. I don't want a sody. The one time I was allowed to get a soda. Alright, let's go check our emails. Brian Park, my brother. I've been working on this email on and off for a couple weeks now. I hope it comes out right. Words and handling complicated emotions are both things that you were always better at than I was. I read through the essay after River told me what you had said. She was worried at first because she thought you were blaming me for how things went back in college. I never asked you about that time because I figured you would talk to me about it. I figured you would talk to me about how you felt when you were ready. So much has happened since that I figured that perhaps you didn't need to talk about it. If now is the time, ready to talk. Your brother, Brian Park. This is the same. File report. Can I just hit create report. Without... Yeah, I could just hit create report without actually choosing anything. Just let the game pick, I guess. What's with this noise? What if Willow comes and kills me, dude? This can totally become a horror game all of a sudden. I'm kind of scared. Oh, God. Oh, God, my own reflection. Can't sleep, feeling guilt about Willow. Oh, it's her writing on the mirror. There's still time to tell them. So what? Stay home, go. Stay or go? Well, since you feel so guilty about it, go ahead, go. Or else you're gonna feel guilty. Even more guilty. Ooh, achievement unlocked monarch. Willow? Willow, can you hear me?
Dr. Park? What's going on?
Did I wake you up?
During our last session, you wanted to talk about my poetry. So let's talk about it.
I broke into the school so I could talk to you.
Will that be okay? I won't be getting you into trouble by asking you questions about your poetry, right?
I mean, this is my last time seeing you, so... You need this. Do you need this, or do I need this? It'll be alright.
I wouldn't worry about it. Say what you need to say.
Well, it's strange finally talking about your poems. Part of me thought we wouldn't ever get around to this. All the times I thought about how this conversation would go, none of them ended up like this.
Take your time. We have all night.
We do?
Well, that's good to know. I'll still try not to ramble too much. Do you remember when I mentioned that Tara showed me portions of your school's literary magazine as a way to train me in analysis?
Yes, I remember.
Well, Tara also showed me poems that had been made available by various therapists with the approval of their patients. It's strange for me to discuss how I became a fan of your work, because I didn't think much of it when I first read it. The rhyming schemes, metaphors, themes, and imagery, they were all average to me.
Oh, thanks.
What was interesting to me was how similar your poems were to the poems of the patients. It helped me learn how to identify markers for sufferers of mental illness. That success is what led me to watching the recorded art therapy sessions, and it's where I started encountering difficulties. I told you about those troubles before. My difficulties processing all of their suffering, not seeing any way that I could help them. My search for the answers led me back to your poetry. And this time, I understood it. What your poems lacked in technical quality, it made up for in verisimilitude.
Verisimilitude? I've never seen that word in my life.
As obvious as a lot of what you wrote was, it's what I felt, written in plain terms. In your poem, Heritage, you talked about inheriting so much pressure from how well your parents and brothers did in life. Your poems, Itch and Stop, described overstimulation in a way that helped me recognize what my breakdowns were.
I wrote those poems under fake names when I submitted them. How did you know they were mine?
God, what is happening?
It's all due to the forgery detection algorithm. It was designed to notice recurring features in order to determine authorship.
Forgery detection?
The same tools that can help me identify brushstrokes and compare compositions also let me hone in on word choice, structure, and rhyme schemes. Given a large enough body of work, I can determine authorship with slim margins of error. And you submitted a lot of poetry throughout the years. It wasn't hard.
Was my girl going through depression hardcore?
I see. Sorry for distracting you. Continue.
Of all the poems you wrote, the one that made me decide to reach out to you was Chicken Scratch.
What the?
It's hard to describe how meaningful that poem was to me after I started self-harming. I felt so ashamed after the first time I did it. I knew on some level that what I was doing was wrong. Not morally wrong, but incorrect, if that makes sense.
Damn, I've never seen her so super sad that it goes like dark blue. But this is where we're gonna stop for today's episode. Obviously, the game is telling us we're nearing the end. I literally don't know what kind of ending we're having. I don't know if it's gonna lead to a decent Willow and then a very sad me, or we're both gonna be sad, or maybe, you know, the outcome is Willow's gonna appreciate this conversation, and she's gonna work on herself some more, and there's a positive outlet, and I can focus back on my other patients. I don't know. Anyway, this is where we're gonna end today's episode off. Thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.